Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Pathologic Free. We are about to start day 3. This is the first time I think that we are playing day 3. We jumped from day 1 to day 5 and now we are back to day 3. Alright, if I die with no amalgam, death will be final. It's crucial to always have some. Alright. Day 3 in which the bell tolls. Okay. I always remember important items, artifacts, small things are forgettable. Consumables are not transferred between days. Oh, that's bad. Small things, they're waiting for me in the clock on the day when I collected them. Okay, so if I jump back to a day that I already played on and I gathered items, then I can pick them up from a clock. Alright, let's take these. J. What do we have here? Yesterday, the dogheads insist that I've already asked them about the polyhedron. Town hall gathering. The rulers of this town are waiting for me in the town hall. Fugitive. On the third day, Rubin was hiding in the warehouses. He was planning something. He was afraid of something. Alright, I suppose these are the three main objectives, three main quests that we need to finish in day 3. Loot. Oh, nice. We don't have matches, unfortunately. And we do have the prototype, we do have our revolver. Loot. Yeah, we don't have anything yet here. Alright. Going down.
I just knew you'd come.
Oh, when I wake up, I try not to remember what day it is for as long as possible. Morning is a fluid time. Whatever happened outside hasn't reached you yet, which means it has no power over you than a dream. When I wake up, I immediately run through all the things I need to do. In the mornings, certain things become clear that fade away by evening. This morning, I realized something about you. Why you swing between gloom and fever? I call it apathy and mania. You love words borrowed from dead languages. Tell me, have you always been like this, swinging from one extreme to the other? No, everyone has mood swings, but mine were never this violent. Simon once said that a person's greatest battle isn't with their circumstances, not with hunger, thirst, or exhaustion. The real fight is always with yourself until you've been to your own apex and your own abyss. You'll never know who you are. Hunger and thirst are serious opponents too. How many thousands of people lose them every day? That's true if a person is worth anything. In any case, you'll always have food, drink, and shelter. You don't even need to think about such trifles. Thank you. But no one can get inside and change you. Well, they can, and eventually it will happen, but only you can keep track of your own peace of mind and the seesaw in your head. How do you know what I call it? Well, it's a pretty obvious image. I suppose so. Okay, we got 50 amalgam. That's great.
Drilling my temples. The town dribbles.
Alright, let's move on. Anything here? I think there are a couple more rooms that we missed. Yeah. Okay, there are two people in here. Okay. Can analyze items. Alright, we can loot. We don't need to reload the prototype. I don't have a recipe for this. Okay, I don't know, I don't have a recipe. Oh, wait a minute. Use to examine a sample under a microscope. Restore some health. Okay, I need water for this. I can make this. Use to examine a sample under a microscope. Alright. A plant-based dye used in a microscope. Anything here? No. This is where we came from. Let's talk to these guys. Switchman, all your hopes died on the vine. No capital for us now. The governor's ordered to shut off the tracks. Quarantine, they say. I came on duty today and no one was there. You'd think the station had died out. Can it really be the plague? Must be why all of them big people are gathered in the town hall now. Doctor, is that you? Back from the meeting already? You're the doctor, so tell us please. Will they close the town? What meeting? I don't know anything yet. They're talking about the plague. Everyone who's important. Governor Saburov, both Olgimskis, senior and juniors in charge of the anti-plague measures, and the Kanes, our third rurals, always with some ace up their sleeve. I heard they'd called for you, too, since you're the doctor from the capital. Oh, thank you. I definitely need to know what these rulers are going to do about the epidemic. Alright. I think we can now exit. Oh, this guy again. The tragedian. Mirrors and coffins are all too alike. One ill-timed glance and they'll trap you inside. What's wrong with looking into a mirror and seeing myself in it? That's the point of mirrors. Imagine that you are a mirror. When a man stands before you, you hold in yourself his double. And so, where once one stood, there are now one and one again. Were I a mirror framed, I'd hold that man within my depths, never to release him, forever hidden behind silvered glass. Mirrors are just glass and silver amalgam. They don't think. Amalgam, yes, that is the word, senor. It's strange to believe, but still you must believe. The flow of time inside our thumb is not at all like what you know. It is a fluid. It seeps, it leaks, and in it you must swim. It happens in small towns. One's life seems to flow, but no one knows where it goes. And if time flows, then You may bottle it, like blood or dew or tears. You keep it for a rainless day and spend it when you must. Seems logical, or as logical as a metaphor can be, but I'm still missing your point. If you had such a cache of liquid time, you could then move across the days to find yourself at the right time in the right place, much like you did just now, senor, and correct someone else's mistakes, I suppose. Indeed, if you could handle it, senor. What need have you to put your mind in chains? You do believe that dead men can one day be brought to life anew? Say I believe you. What then? Amalgam is what we call liquid time. So long as you have some, you need not take a linear view of things. You may rewind the film or turn the story on its side, and if perchance you meet your death instead of life, amalgam will pour out of you, and you'll be granted a new chance to try. Wait, wait, I can't die? Senor, you jest. What could I even say to this? We did already discuss coffins. You must remember this. To die with no amalgam is a final and true death. The same death that you struggle to defeat. So you must always keep amalgam close at hand, or else you'll meet that darkest end. So amalgam is vital to me just as much as others depend on bread and meat to survive. Indeed, you need not go scrounging for your daily bread. You will have all that you need. Amalgam you must find for your own self. Mirrors are a source of it. They skim immense reflection, trapping time within themselves. And if a mirror you should break, it's liberated time you could then take. Yes, I've done that before. Amalgam also comes from labors done. Every finished task inspires, giving you more time. What else? My task today is to explain the things that matter most. The rest you'll come to know and understand in time. I ask, Senor, do you believe the things I've said? Do you hear my words, Simon's words, with respect? I believe that you believe what you're saying. All right.
Never alone. Things everywhere.
What you looking at? Is my face that interesting? Uh, did you lose your way, or do you have business in the still water? I can't get rid of this odd odor. It follows me like a dog. I stopped to catch my breath by your house, and it's eyeing you now. I know the look. I mean you no harm, Mogakon. I want only to look. Look at what? The Stillwater used to be an observatory, but there's no telescope, so no star to look at. I want to take a look at you, Amite. Haven't seen a creature like you in a while. Your gait and your rags. Look at the rags. My gait? What are you talking about? You walk like a Darangilgasha. Darangilagsha. Bold like, cocky, but slow, odd creature. I love creatures, love studying them. We Odonoke are simple herders, but Bodo granted me a mind. I love studying creatures. May I study you? You wanna follow the doctor from the capital? Follow him like a dog now? I do not follow like a dog. I'll stay put. He comes to this house often. Your house knows you, but for Mogakun the house is new. I will study him and how the house treats him. Haven't seen anything like this before. We get few visitors. Study me? How exactly? I'll stand in the corner and observe. What an odd creature you are. So much tabarinud. I can be useful too. Mind. Very helpful. Are you offering some kind of arrangement? I see stains on your rags, tiny drops. Is it ox bile? You must need it, if you have it on you. Say if you need more, I can get more. You could use it. Yes, I could use some more. I need it for the prototype. I need belladonna and novocaine too. Beauty drops and the numb water, I know. I can get those for you, Mogakun. I'll bring as much as you need if you let me study you, observe you. I'll trade bile and whatever else you say. Trade? I thought you'd give me the ingredients in exchange for getting to observe me. This is not our way. Things of use are valuable. Even Mother Bodo grants herbs in exchange for the bride's dances and bulls for the drover's labors. Letting me study you costs you nothing. I won't ask much for the bile, but it should be a trade. You want to observe me in the still water and trade ingredients to fuel the prototype? It's a deal. Hey, what about me? I got used to having you around, and now you want to run away with the doctor from the capital? Here I thought we were friends. We are friends, but I befriend creatures to study them. I studied you, and you are no strange creature to me no longer. Farewell. Do I seem as ruthless in my studies, I wonder? My decision echoes in the future. Right. Okay, so what a show. A local oddity, a steppe odong, was amazed by my appearance and dreams of studying me. I allowed the odong to observe. He promised to be useful. I hope he will share his monograph on the behavior of thanatologists in crisis situations afterwards. All right. All right. Let's check the map. Okay, we are here. We need to go to the town hall. All right. Oh my god, this is infected. That's not good. This is infected too. This is calm. That's not good.
Forgot that there's so much of the world.
Alright. The exit should be here. Wait a minute. Okay, so I don't have matches. That's not good. So the quickest way to backbone is atrium, marrow, backbone. Oof. Almost. Yes. No issues. Alright. Okay, this is the... Okay, this is the town building. Right. Alright, let's talk to this guy. Clark, greetings. Do you have an appointment? I heard there was a gathering taking place. Oh, no, 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 impossible. Gatherings are forbidden around here. Is this a matter of local politics? Are you serious? Half the town has been yelling that there's people waiting for me here. It's a matter of the plague naturally. Assemblies of any kind are forbidden. Is this a joke? I'm a doctor. Oh, then come in. Go in there on the left. They've been waiting an hour for you already. Thanks. Nice. Got water, nutshell. Still no matches. Oh, nothing here. Oh, maybe it's this door. Yes. Vlad Olgimsky, owner of the Bull Enterprise, that is the entire complex of facilities for slaughtering bulls and turning them into food and goods. His belly is as vast as his abattoirs, and his confidence in his own power. Olgimsky managed to bend an entire people to his will, breeding ancient meats into his service. He loved no one but his daughter.
Many a mickle makes a muckle. There's no hurry.
Ah, bachelor, why are you here? This is something of a familiar family matter. Do you have a family bachelor? I was told there was a meeting at the town hall and that I was expected. With all due respect, bachelor, you're not needed
A
here.
learned man knows the contents of everything and isn't content with anything.
My patience has its limits. I insist you pay our guest the proper respect. It was I who invited him to this meeting. Inviting an outsider into the house. Are you sure he's as learned as you say? Does he specialize precisely in our shared tribulation? Please don't tell me you've forgotten what happened during the first outbreak. Almost no one survived. True, we don't know for certain it's the same sand fever, but what if it is? Isidore is gone. We need a doctor like we need air. Any doctor. Or else. So the esteemed Governor Saburo picks the first one he sees. Please excuse my interruption. I just wanted to let you know I'm standing right here and can hear you perfectly. Enough. This bickering is unbecoming of men of action. Arguments will lead to catastrophe and nothing else. We don't air our dirty laundry here. If he carries a report on our customs to the capital, then we can say goodbye to the town where we hope to build something new. Yes, they dislike freedom in the capital. I've had a taste of that myself, but out here you are still blissfully ignorant in that respect, I gather. You're forgetting yourself. Don't play the fool with me, bachelor. We do have some expertise here, if you must know. We've already taken measures. No thanks to you. The thermometer is sealed off. The abattoir shut down. The vaccine is made. We're distributing it now. We have no need of you. Hold on a second. What's this vaccine you're talking about? Vlad Olgimsky, the younger, has already tested the first vaccine prototype. The results appear promising. This town has a laboratory then? You've created the vaccine surprisingly quickly. So we have. My son tested it himself in the dormitory. We have the results already. I'm telling you, we've taken steps. I don't know much about its testing, but it seems the vaccine has indeed helped several people. Several. It helps everyone. We gave it to one volunteer, so to speak, this very night, still alive and kicking. Can I have a look at him, that volunteer of yours? I'm not letting you into the dormitory, I told you. You won't need the dormitory. Andrei Stamatin claims he's given the medication to his people at the Broken Heart. That's a public house by the factory, and unlike some other places, you can certainly drop in. I see. I'll investigate that concoction. What else do I need to know? You need to know you're not welcome here. I'll have to leave your emergency meeting for a time. Then I need to flush someone out at the Broken Heart. Alright, alright. So, Vlad experiments. Vlad Jr. has tested some step cure for sand pest in Andrei's pub. Okay, the district is calm. That's good. This is infected, this is rioting. Don't know what that means. I need to get moving before. Okay, so this is another objective that we need to solve while we are here. What else did we learn? The rulers of the towns, alright. Alright. Georgie Kane, the judge, Simon's brother. Rumor has it they're twins, but some people say he's half Simon's age. He always saw earthly justice as a reflection of divine judgment and treated it with the utmost gravity. But at heart he remained the chief theorist of Simon's ideas, an architect and creator of society and the world itself. I should have listened to him from the start.
Simon Kane, Georgie Kane, and Victor.
There are times when manners become irrelevant. Dankovsky is a scientist and a doctor. Simon wished to know him. That means he cannot be a useless man. We need him at the emergency command.
Immortality is not what people imagine it to be. It's different. You cannot achieve it without dying.
Okay, it's not simply that he brandished his accomplishments, begging special treatment on our day of grief. His arrogance is only part of the problem. He is incapable of listening, of learning. Simon misjudged him. This man has nothing to offer our vision. He may be an intellectual, but he is spiritually bankrupt. Our vision is not currently under threat. The whole town's existence is on the line. The plague is banging on our doors, and again. Simon said, Dr. Dankovsky, you're here. We've been waiting for you. Don't patronize me. I heard the last bit of your conversation. When we say we've been waiting, we mean you're late. Even in this, you are impolite. But my brother is right. You're a doctor from the capital, which means your expertise will be highly sought after. And we, or I rather, will have to cope. I shall simply catch whatever you inevitably let slip through your fingers. Well, at least you're able to repeat to my face what you whispered behind my back. If I'm speaking softly, it's out of concern for the townspeople, not you. They trust you, for now. And Simon believed a man should put his own hand in the fire to discover it burns. I won't stand in the way of them burning themselves on you. Georgie, please calm down. Dr. Dankovsky, despite our differences, we must unite against a common threat. We, the town's rulers, possess the resources and you have the knowledge. Isidor Burak defeated the previous outbreak of the Sand Pest, but he's dead now. We need a doctor. Thank you for the voice of reason, Victor. I'll do all I can, but I'm no epidemiologist. Your doubts are noted, but still, which measures do you consider most urgent? We need to set up a hospital, of course, and study the disease. I don't think we can create a cure this quickly, but we can attempt a vaccine to protect the uninfected. So you are a doctor above all others. You think like a doctor. We're in luck. We have enough rulers here stepping on each other's toes. Healers are what we lack. You made it abundantly clear yesterday that our town and its history are of no interest to you. But know this, 5 years ago, the crude sprawl, the district where the plague was discovered, was simply sealed off. The disease burned out in 3 days. There were rumors of survivors, but that's all they were, rumors. The sand plague is incurable. Our town, let's just say that it's relatively young. We don't have equipment or resources, not on this scale. You'll have to improvise. I wouldn't be the head of Thanatica if I couldn't improvise. Many here places their hopes in you for some reason. You need not waste your breath boasting. I wish you luck, Bachelor. We're all in the same boat here, and rowing in different directions would mean death. And as far as I know, you are trying to eradicate death. The death of our town might as well be our first step. Thank you, Victor. You too, Georgie, for being frank. All right. Oh, Simon is the key to fighting the scent pest. Oh, that's curious. Alright. Okay, we talk to everyone. I think there was something in here. Okay. Okay, I don't believe we can do anything here. Yet. So, yeah, let's go. Is there anything here? Locked. Nothing to loot. Oh. Alright. Then it's time to head to the pub, I believe. Alright. Oh, maybe we can buy something. Alright.
I could use some quiet.
No? Well, apparently we can't trade with this guy yet. Don't know why.
Misophonia, Dankovsky.
Alright. So, calm, infected, calm. Alright. Alright. So, the exit to this district is right around here. And we must go this way. Oh god, this is infected. Remove. Calm. Infected. This one is infected. Calm. Calm. Okay, so it's this way. This way. This way. This way. And this way. Alright. This will be interesting. What? Oh. Changeling, why do you insist on snooping around here? Didn't I make it clear that you'd be devoured? I didn't plan this. You can't walk around town without stumbling upon the plague. Well, I'll give you that. Not like you can just run right through the plague, but in that case, you need to learn the anatomy of an infected district. There's usually an epicenter. What do you see on the ground here? Plague, miasma, and fog. There's a focal point somewhere in the district, a plague rapture, and there are often dark crimson flowers blooming above it, a flower that thrives on blood. That makes the rapture easy to spot, but if I were you, I'd stay as far away from it as possible. That's interesting. A focal point of infection, you mean? That makes sense. Any infection must have a source. I mean, the rupture in the ground. Didn't they tell you that anger, death, and shabnaks are all born from the earth? Well, now you know. In other words, somewhere in this district there's a hotbed of bacteria-ridden dirt with a distinctive flower next to it. I should collect a sample. Are you out of your mind? How would you extract it? Would you react if someone went after your mother, disturbed the earth, and the Shabnak will see only you? She won't rest until she strangles the life from you. How am I supposed to understand the nature of the infection if I don't study it? She's wandered off right now. Maybe you could pull this off. If you find the flower, scrape the dirt beneath it. But next time the Shavnak will be close by, mark my words, you'll have to stop her somehow to collect your sample or dodge her. I don't know. Anyway, you'd better off just staying home. So the plague emerges from the ground. That is a very important tidbit. Focus of infection. There's a focus of infection here that I need to find. The louder the sound, the closer I am. Well, I'm not doing this right now.
Quite the imagination you've got, Dankovsky.
I actually need to run as fast as possible. Still have to run. Okay, I need to go this way. This way. Oh. This way. Need to go this way. And I think I am done. Yes. All right. Oh, this is the way, I think. All right. Okay, there's another clock here. That's good. Oh, nice. Finally, we have some matches. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Andrei Stamatin, an architect, pub owner, reveler, and murderer. Andrei and I studied together briefly at university. We met during the student riots. I stitched up his gunshot wound myself, an unexpected reunion. Andrei always felt confined by dogma and morality. Only a fool could expect him to come to this town and settle for simply pouring Twirine and nothing more.
He shouldn't strut around like that. When the cat's away, the mice will play.
I see the dust of my beloved capital on this man's feet. Cue with a fanfare. I'm sure we met before. Wait a minute, university, juggling knives on the table. That was you, wasn't it? Ah, I remember the time we got the better of those bastards. And you sat there all demure, but when the tables went over, you grabbed the gun. Yeah, I remember. Very brave of you. Those were the days. And look at me now. Yes, I remember, but you weren't a medic, were you? You used to go gallivanting with your own crowd. No, my friend, a medic. I am not. Just the other way around. An architect. And one of the best too. Perhaps, but I'm pretty sure I've seen your picture in the papers. I'm Andrei Stamatin, the Downgate, the Alley of Heroes ensemble, the other stairway round, the house, which earned me an expulsion from the Architects Guild. My little brother and I designed them all, but he gets the laurels, and I get the curses. That's just how things are. And now you're pouring drinks in a provincial pub. That's quite a resume. Since you're here now, tell me, have you tried Twirine yet? It's a very special drink. The steppe herbs have a peculiar character. When infused in liquor, the effects on a man can be mind-blowing. I admit it's quite an addictive business. Architecture was getting old anyway. No, I haven't. I'll keep my mind unblown if it's all the same. Well, you are your own master, I suppose. Like they say, a man's life is his ruin. Is his to ruin. How can I lighten your mood then? I've heard some sort of medicine is being distributed through your establishment. An alleged vaccine for this devilish sand plague. Why not? No guts, no glory, or so they say. Come on, tell me more. You must have heard this damn pest ran through here 5 years ago, right? The worms didn't just sit idly after that. They threw together a remedy. Dead gruel, they call it. The younger Olgimsky came to me and suggested I hand it out at the pub. Clever of him. Dead gruel, huh? Fitting name. Might as well add it to the menu at this point. I wouldn't think you of all people would be scared of something like that. You're a doctor. It's some herbal concoction brewed with infected blood. There's some entrails thrown in for flavor. You make a tiny cut, rub on a smidgen, and you go to bed breathing easy. A vaccination, if I ever seen one. Closer to a violation, you do understand this could put you in an early grave, don't you? Look behind you. See that dancer? She had some of the stuff yesterday, then walked through a sick district to pay her lover a visit. And here she is now, dancing her feet off. You die in 5 hours from the sandpest, don't you? 8 if you're tough. And she's here like nothing's happened. So you employ infected dancers there? I hope Olkimsky Jr. began his human experimentation with himself as the first test subject. Don't panic, Professor. The step concoction works. I'm sure of it. I was just about to try it on myself before you came in and distracted me. The dancer participated in the experiment and still lives. I need to examine her immediately. We'll return to this conversation later. Oof. Interesting. The guinea pig was the dancer. And I think we have some notes. Yes.
a simple man. Why talk when you can...
Did the Yarkachin send you? Why isn't he here? Why are you here? Who are you? So many questions. Andrei Stamatin steered me your way. What do you need? I'm a doctor. I was told you traversed an infected district after a dose of dead gruel. I'd like to know how you feel. Any complaints? No complaints. I live well. It's just my heart that aches. The heart, I see. What sort of pain? Stabbing? Burning? Is it constant or do you only feel it in the evenings? It's sinking, fluttering, like a moth on glass. Someone lives in my heart. Not one of the Katanje. Are you talking about the sufferings of the spirit, my good lady? The body doesn't suffer alone. If there's pain, it's everywhere. My heart aches, my legs are shaking. Could you be more specific? No one here knows how well I dance. I used to dance elsewhere, not within the walls, out on the earth. With my feet, I spoke to Mother Bodo. Then, the linear came. I went to the abattoir to pound the hides with my heels. So your lifestyle changed rather drastically, is that it? The abattoir is hard, the cemetery is hard, couldn't live there, cramped, stony, far from the earth. I left, lost my shelter, lost my heart. Now I dance within the walls. Why couldn't you just return to the steppe? I told you, Artem, my heart is in the steppe no longer. My heart aches. My heart tires. The steppe won't console it. I see. Tell me, when did you first feel this malaise? Was it back in the dormitory? That is where I felt it, where my legs began to shake, where my head grew heavy. A bad place. Is that right? Thank you. How long have you been feeling unwell? This unwell is essential information. Have you asked your questions? Do you need me anymore? I'd like to have a closer look at you. If you'll allow it, I may find other symptoms on your person. Everyone here looks at me. You can too. Still, step back a bit from where you're the center of attention. You'll need to undress fully. All right. Let's check the back. All right. Inflamed skin, pimples, rash, bites, a scratch, a minor injury. That's weird. Okay. Chest. Nothing. Arms. Arms reverse. Nothing. Legs. Nothing. Legs reverse. Nothing. Okay. We did see a rash. check again. Inflamed skin, pimples, rash, bites. Okay. I think it's itchy skin. Yep, I think this is it. Let's lock the diagnosis. Yep. All right. Okay, what do we have here? Determine the dancer's diagnosis. It's not sand pest. All right. Let's talk to this guy again.
What are you worried about? That they'll chide you?
Hey, while you were back there toying with my dancing girl, I remember they opened some deranged lab in the capital to exterminate that. It was called something funny, erotica maybe. Heard of it? Right up your alley. I see you're a quick study in disdain. It's Thanatica, and what have you heard about it? You see, you and I are not just fellow students, we're fellow sufferers. My creations are also on the kill list for, what was it, intellectual extremism and anti-humanism. I've been checking in occasionally, curious as to what else they decide to chop up, and I don't just mean the architecture. It's not over for Thanatica yet. We'll see who comes out on top. An attitude after my own heart, the broken one. How do you like the ambience? What about my dancing girl? Let's get back to business. We'll have time for small talk when we survive. You've gone dull, man. No matter our town will sharpen you up. Though you got a point. So what about the dancing girl? How does she feel after the dead girl? She has a different infectious disease, potentially contagious. She says she lived in the termitary until recently. She must have contracted there. But it's not a plague. Anything else can be cured, and you're just the man to do it. What do you say? Will you treat our Kulon? Wait, did you say Kulon? I know that name. She said she was in love, and he wasn't a man of the steppe. Andrei, how do I count it? Tomorrow. She'll die of the plague tomorrow, and the next day I'll meet her lover at the warehouses. Dankovsky, and you're telling me you didn't try trying? Maybe you don't need it. With that head of yours. Do you hear yourself? You just assured me Kulan has some melody other than the sand plague, and now you're raving sheer nonsense. I need to take a breath. You told me Kulan walked through a plague district to see her lover. Her lover's a bandit, is he not? He just looks the part. As kind a soul as you'd like to find. All bark, no bite. You know what he calls you medical lot? Sawbones. I learned that word from him. Big city Sawbones, that's him. He's the one who told me Kulan died from the plague. But she's standing right here, as alive as they come. Really, Dankovsky, take a seat maybe. Rest a little. You're spotting some high-caliber nonsense. Is it your lack of sleep talking, or did you have a little too much of the good stuff? Yeah, so the dancer is the girlfriend of a guy who told us that she died in the third day, and he was afraid that he has the plague too, and he asked us to diagnose him, and he wasn't infected. Yes, I'm rambling from lack of sleep. All I meant to say is that I suspect Kulan has the plague after all. How's that? You're making my head spin. What about the other malady you found? Was that a mistake? No, she's infected with something else and it slows down the plague. It's just a hypothesis. Needs testing, but it would explain everything, the whole peculiar clinical picture. I figure the healthier you are, the better your chances of survival. Turns out the plague gobbles down the sick more slowly. Not to her taste, perhaps? Only those suffering from infectious disease, I think. The onset of the first infection is more acute and we don't see any signs of the plague, for a while at least. So what now? You make Kulan your lab rat and shut down my pup? I need to speak to the local authorities as soon as possible. I need a research facility, people, emergency powers. Look at you, old bossy. Did you learn that from directing test tubes back in the capital? Did a goose step for you like good little soldiers? They sure did. By the way, I'd like a sample of this dead gruel, and you'd better destroy the rest of your stock for your own sake. What?
More blunt. Not so sharp.
Alright.
Want me to sing you a nice little song?
Alright. I need to go back. Oh. Okay, here is the exit. Alright. I need to go back to the town. To the town hall. And this is infected, calm, infected, calm. Okay, so I'll have to go this way. Right. Then this way, and this way. Perfect. I don't have to go through China, I think. I hope. Let's see. Oh, I do have to go that way. But the exit is right around here, right? There it is. All right. Set to the town hall. Okay, we need to speak to the governor. What is this? The haruspecs. I'm told that I've been sought after by a local butcher. He wants to talk. He looks very out of place in the town hall. All right, we are going to talk to him. Test subject. Andrei no longer has the vaccine. The dancer is being isolated. It appears that Stamatin is no longer in imminent danger. The authorities in the town hall should be informed that Vlad the Younger is poisoning people. You can't stop the epidemic with this folk remedy. Okay. Haruspecs. Okay, so this is the guy that was looking for me. Artemi Burak. This man seemed to have as many names as people who knew him. He was a local healer, or Menku, a surgeon, a half-blood, a killer, not liked but respected. He completely failed to understand what truly made his hometown so fascinating. We were like two people walking the same street from opposite
This
ends.
calls for a surgeon's precision. Step aside.
At first I thought they refurnished the town hall, then I realized the furniture is the same, but it's the smell that changed. A new person? Have I got some special scent? Every person has a special scent. You are no exception. I would probably regret asking, but what is it I smell of? Your clothes smell of soot and grime. Those who live in the capital and have only just come off the train always smell like that. As for your flesh, you are not drinking enough water. Your body is dehydrated. That makes it smell of pond scum. Your system is telling you it needs water, but looks like you're not listening to it. Diagnosis by smell, that's a new one. The skin sense of smell runs in the family. Father always used to know who was going to knock on your door before it happened. People thought it was some sort of sorcery, but it was just the smell of their dirty, disease-ridden bodies, the very ones he worked with, day in and day out. A most peculiar gift, and one more useful for a hunter than a doctor. Depends on how you look at it. A disease, Amshan, often does manifest as a smell, especially if it's somewhere deep in the organs. I'm too heavily burdened with my education and my academic degree. You'd better take that into account if we are to work together. I haven't spent my whole life here, you know. I've been studying medicine, just returned a few days ago. You studied medicine and you still believe in diagnosis by smell? It might just be what you lack. You're a stranger here and it's limiting your options a lot. I could help you. Deal. When I need to track a wounded gerbil in the I wouldn't say no to an extra doctor, but your step practices might be a problem, I'm afraid. The patients won't be pleased if you snip them head to toe like I'm Lloyd. Looks like you're so impressed with my sense of smell that you're gonna joke about it for the rest of the day. Joke all you want then, but keep in mind I'm a local and I'm allowed to cut open bodies. You're not. What are you going to do about that? Well, you have a point there. Haven't thought of that. We will indeed need to dissect bodies, but what's in it for you? My town is dying before my eyes. My father is dead already. I cannot just stand idly by. That's noble, but I must warn you, if we fail, and fail we shall, it's just a matter of the number of victims. Then we'll be on trial, you as my accomplice. Are you ready for that? I am. Then we have a deal. All right. Me and Burak agreed to help each other in fighting the sandpest. I could find a use for his hands. Interesting. Who is this guy? Do we know each other? A hospital will be open soon, don't worry.
You can't look straight at the sun or at death without flinching. Whose saying was that?
One what? My assistant was certain you tried to flee the town. We even made a wager, but you came back, which means my assistant owes me. So that's the reputation I have. Enough with the jokes. You examined the dancer, right? What's your diagnosis? I did examine her. Let me be frank, that vaccine won't protect anyone. The subject has the plague. I suspected as much, but hope that... Are you certain? The medical term is intercurrent disease. One illness can slow down the progression of another. The dancer is ill with more than just the sand fever. That's why she's still alive. Alas, her days are numbered. I see. Listen, Dankovsky, I'd like you to take charge of the Epidemic Emergency Command. It will give you the authority to issue decrees on quarantine measures, on supply logistics, on anything else upon which your salvation depends. Perfect. I'm tired of seeing the results of other people's decisions. We need a doctor who's ready to make decisions like Isidor Burak did 5 years ago. But first we need to inform Vlad the Younger of his dismissal. He should then hand everything over to you. Tell him it's my personal order. Alright, make no delay. You will still need to reorganize the emergency command's operation. Tell me what you will need to start off, Dankovsky. I need to set up a hospital, I need a space, and I need people. Orderlies, I mean, not patients. I need patients too, but there won't be any shortages of those. We'll provide you with orderlies. You'll have volunteers starting today. Finding a space will be trickier. Not just any building will do. Will it? What are my options? Here's a list of places I can think of. The cathedral, the theater, the termitary, and the polyhedron. All of them are large and can fit many people, though they were built for other purposes. You should visit them yourself to see if any will serve. Alright, I've had a glance at some of these, but I wasn't really paying attention and I need to make my choice as soon as possible. Come back to the town hall when you've made up your mind. We'll work out the remaining details, equipment, operating procedure. In the meantime, I'll look for some work hands. The decision maker shouldn't have to see to everything personally. No need to spread yourself. Thank you for your cooperation. Alright, need more healing. Okay. Vlad the Younger decided to save the town with some suspicious remedy from the steppe people. I need to talk to him immediately before all hell breaks loose. Saburov has tasked me with finding a suitable building for the hospital. What kind of services are held at the cathedral? Glass Tower. Saburov considers the polyhedron as a suitable location for the hospital. Even if it's not, it's worth taking a look at it up close. Alright.
Just don't touch me this time of year.
What?
And don't touch anything in here.
Hello, Dankovsky. I've been expecting you. I've heard rumors you disapprove of the vaccination methods we've been forced to use. Let me say in my own defense, however imperfect, it's better than nothing. You've got that right. I do disapprove. But isn't that how they used to inoculate against smallpox in the old days? They rubbed pus into a wound and those people survived. Despite its unpleasant name, that gruel works. The testing took place in the dormitory. You wouldn't be allowed inside as my father is, let's say, touchy about that. But there's Stamatin's pub as well. You can check there. I take it that in this case, tested means inflicted on unsuspecting strangers. If you, a luminary from the capital, are so opposed to vaccination, then go ahead and revoke my decree yourself. We sent a copy to the Stillwater for you. Burn it in the fireplace. That's exactly why I'm here. You need to hand over your responsibilities to me. Right now, Saburo's orders, and everyone, including your father, will have to accept it. You may have trouble believing it, but I am glad actually. Glad that a doctor will be leading the fight against the epidemic. I only accepted this position because others were afraid of making mistakes. I hope we don't part as enemies. We'll likely have to work together in the future. We'll see. Return to the Stillwater and I'll arrange to move the emergency command there immediately. You'll be assigned a personal secretary to help with the paperwork. He'll explain all the details. From now on, your decrees will decide the fate of the town. Congratulations, Dankovsky, and my condolences. Thank you. I'll head there immediately.
Just don't touch me this time of year.
All right.
And don't touch anything in here.
Olimsky Jr. is now suspended from the decision making, and I need to formally take power in order to abolish the deadly violation. All right. Alright, let's see what do we have here. What's this? This is a mission. One of the possible locations for the hospital. Okay, this is closer. Another possible location for the hospital. Everything I need to manage the epidemic measures will be delivered here. Alright. Okay, another possible location for the hospital. This is the glass tower, I think. Or no, this is the cathedral and this is the glass tower. All right. Alright, let's go here. This is the exit, I believe. Right. Alright. 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 I think this is the theater. Let's go inside. Okay, anything to loot? Apparently not. Mark Immortal, impresario, director of the local theater. All the world's a stage, and so on and so forth. Clearly a man as educated as he is jaded by his own intellect, prone to perceiving reality on too many levels. I don't think he said a single word to me in seriousness.
You need an upper hand, a foot in the door, a head. Let's leave that one screwed on for now.
What an honor to have such a distinguished guest at our rehearsal. Or do you count as a participant already? How can I help you? I'd been tasked with finding a suitable location for a hospital. So you decided to drop by the theater? We've got a sense of humor, I'll give you that. Buildings are a lot like actors. In dark times, they have to learn to adapt to new roles. I suppose there is a kind of poetry in an opera house becoming an operating theater, but why not would I agree to this? On my way here, I weighed my options about how to convince you. I thought of putting on the pressure of scaring you, but I'd rather be frank. I'm desperate. How moving. Your sincerity is disarming, but the theater is a place for spectators, not the sick. But if today there's no hospital, tomorrow there's no crowd. Make an investment in your audience. If they don't rest here, they'll rest in a grave. And then who's all this for? The angel that presided over my birth said, "Little creature fond of joy and mirth, go love without the help of anything on earth." Wide flew the crowded gates of theaters, and the pale, frightful audience, with their souls looking in perturbation through the glare of convulsive laughter, sat and shouted. What else can I say, when even the prompter has frozen in silence? To hell with it, Dankovsky. Go on, open your hospital. Welcome to the stage. It's not my hospital, it's yours. Alright. The hospital will be established in the theater. I need to report this to the town hall. Alright. Let's report this to the town hall. What? Executor? You, have I heard it right? You ordered the theater closed, leaving our troupe with nary a hope for sustenance and the good people of this town bereft of our performance. And who might you be, if I may ask? I have the honor of entertaining our audience. 20 years ago, I first stepped into the stage as part of this very pantomime, the one we're currently rehearsing, and you are a murderer. To deprive people of art is to deprive them of immortality. For so long as there's a stage to play upon, we are all of us immortal. The playwright, the director, the actor, and of course the audience. You're right, in a way. Until we find a more substantial path to immortality, people need your alternative, but they also need a hospital. And you choose the theater, but why not the cathedral or the termitary or even the polyhedron? Are there not enough spacious buildings in the town? What kind of town is this? Every passerby knows how things should be done better than I do. Listen, what's that costume you're wearing? A prop like any other, used for performances. You don't think we walk around like this in our everyday lives, do you? The fabric has a dense weave. The beak can protect the respiratory tract. And how many do you have? The costumes. It's not a beak, it's a claw. Consider it a pointing finger, and we have enough of them for a crowd scene. Excellent, that's exactly the kind of scene I need. We'll use these costumes for protection against the plague. It wasn't enough for you to take our theater, now you're taking our props too? Become an orderly then, and you won't have to part with your beak or your claw. Alright. What's this? Oh. Nice. Alright. We should go back. Wait a minute. Yeah, we should go back. All right. Wonder if I can trade now. I'll have to play this day again. Because I have a couple of more. No, apparently I can't. That's weird. Alright, let's use this. At least not yet. Probably has to do with the level of mania. Guess we'll see when it goes lower. Okay, let's inform the governor.
It's a crow eat crow world.
Your sudden pessimism is misplaced. Immortal agreed to give up the theater. The theater, I was rather hoping for a fortress, but perhaps the tragedy of our demise befits a bigger stage instead. We agreed that I would be... Now's your last chance to object. The faster we act, the better our chances. No objections. I was the one who told you to consider in the first place. The theater it is then. Tell me what you need. First and foremost, I need to be able to work without interruptions. I don't like being disturbed. Can you arrange that? I'll instruct everyone that you're not to be disturbed, and I won't disturb you either. Don't worry. You're the doctor. You know best how to treat the sick. Anything else? We need people. The more the better. Recruitment of orderlies is already underway. Some volunteers experienced the first outbreak, which I suppose is an asset. We're also looking for anyone with even minimal medical knowledge in the hopes of finding competent assistance for you. The disease needs to be studied. I need patients who don't succumb to the sandpass right away, like the Stamatine's dancer. They look relatively healthy, but they can carry the plague. Isidore developed a simple test for the sand plague way back then. Yes, I'll find orderlies who are trained to administer it. You'll have your patients. I'll try to organize everything by tomorrow morning. Anything to stop this. I just hope it's not already too late. What do you think? We're already too late, but there's no other choice but to stand and fight. Alright. The town's authorities have been notified the hospital will receive its first patient starting next morning. Alright. Alright. Then our next move would be to go back to our HQ. In Stillwater. Yes. We need to go to Stillwater. Okay. Alright. Marrow. Stillwater. That's it. Oh. It's here. Alright, got it. Alright. Okay. I think this is it. We need to go upstairs. Right? Who is this guy? Heron, pedantic secretary. The old Gameskis forced his assistance on me. He received the visitors, handled the paperwork, and of all things in the Stillwater loved the inkwell most. At first, it didn't occur to me what his true role really was. I was told you've taken it upon yourself to rule the town and save us from disaster. Let's assume that's true. Booth assigned me to help you in an organizational sense, so to speak. What are your orders? I'm not going to rule the town, just the emergency command. What? Have you no ambition? I simply value precision. Curious, I'll write that down. So what are your orders? First of all, I need to get a big picture. How many days we have left, the condition of the town. Duly noted. Would you mind giving me a general strategic overview of your administrative approach before moving on to specific order? Yes, do you have a concrete plan of action? We have precious little time. The town appears to have only 2 or 3 days remaining. Beyond that, it will become a hecatomb, which means we must bargain with that for more time. Another day, then another, then 2 more. In other words, you currently have no concrete plan of action. You intend to improvise and edit your decrees on the fly? Correct. The situation will change daily, perhaps hourly. The emergency command must adapt. Infection isn't the only threat facing the town. Panic is equally dangerous. The public is illiterate and fears restrictions. If our medical measures are too draconian, they'll put our heads on the spikes. So that's what you think of people? What would you prefer, kind words or a cure for the plague? People are scared. Fear leads to violence. So we have 2 epidemics, one of plague and one of fear. I've written that down. Well said, we must balance this seesaw. At times, we need to lift quarantine measures to prevent unrest. At other times, we might need to distract people or amuse them. We must find a way to suppress discontent. Otherwise, the town will fall to flames rather than miasma. Suppress? We may find there are multiple approaches to solving the same problem. What matters is balancing the levels of discontent and contagion that allow us to live to see another day. I'll draw ideas and inspiration from anything. I'll contemplate the decrees constantly, and I'll sign them right here at this desk. And through this, you'll have full control over the town's condition. If only. Doubtlessly, events will transpire that influence both unrest and contagion. I must deal with the consequences. With any luck, I'll be able to clear the plague districts on my own. At least, I'll do my best. If it works, it will be an immense advantage. That's good because the emergency command's resources are limited. Volunteers, equipment, fuel. Precisely. It's all dirty work that no one will thank us for. I've written all that down, and of this I assure you, while you hold power, your every word will be law, the law of heaven, not merely of earth. Any order will be fulfilled immediately. You won't have to worry about who fulfills them or how. Everything will run like clockwork. Sounds promising. Let's see if you can pull it off. Anything else? Yes, right now I'm going to analyze the medication young Vlad has been injecting people with. It's dangerous on its own, but it might lead to other findings, and you'll send an orderly to the pub. I need samples of the dancer's blood. They'll know which one. Written down. And that disastrous decree about that girl vaccination must be taken down. I'll do that myself. Alright. Use the desk and remove the vaccination decree. Okay. Ben is mightier. Only stories told in full are included in the interrogation report. If a story is abandoned halfway, it must be retold from the beginning. Alright. I can't take Vlad's vaccine from the town and give nothing in return. First, I'll examine its composition in my lab. I have taken power. Now I will decide how the town fights the epidemic. The operational headquarters will be located in Stillwater. Vlad is dismissed, but his decree is still in effect. I need to cancel it before they vaccinate anybody else. I've taken charge of the fight against the epidemic. The town and its authorities are ready to submit to my will. Alright, where is that? There's nothing here. Review decrees. Alright. If the town leaves, I leave. To ensure this, I must keep the contagion and the unrest within acceptable limits with decrees. Better yet, I must seek other ways as well. I was granted the authority to enact up to 3 decrees each day. The more I study the town, the more ways I will find to influence it. Alright. I'm going to remove this decree. Ideas for new decrees will appear if I carry out tasks for the locals. Change decree. Okay, I have quarantine, curfew. I'm putting curfew, a restricted transfer freedom to reduce the spread of disease. Alright. That's it. Curfew should be enough. Alright. Now let's go back and try to concentrate. Oh, I can trade. Oh, I don't need to trade with this guy now. What's this? Okay. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let's analyze. Material examined. A disgusting mixture of fat clumps, plague-stricken tissues, and dirty herbs or smell might help a stepworm, but will harm a human. Whoa. Greetings, esteemed doctor. Adrian is my name. Heard you were looking for volunteers and I was the first to sign up on the spot. As an orderly mind, not a bruiser, I want to mend, not break. I asked around to send a volunteer to the Tyrant Den. Is that you? I've just come from the pub, doctor. No easy feat to get in there. Stamatin's barricaded the place like he's expecting a frontal assault, which has happened before, I'll mention. Yes, that's the Andre I know, alright. Just yesterday couldn't caboted like a week off, but now she's not feeling well at all, shivering to her very bones, fever spiking sharply. I harvested her step blood with all possible precautions, poked her poor arm all over. Won't matter much to her soon anyway, so I was right. Was colon isolated from other visitors? How it's transmitted is still unclear. They locked her up tight in the back rooms. Here's her blood. Still warm too. What will you do with it, doctor? You're not going to make the townsfolk drink it, are you? They don't go much for that approach around here. Though those savages in the termitary have done worse, or so we suspect. No need to take your shoes off. I'm only on the brink of a major break. We'll not be sailing any. All right. Vlad Jr.'s mistake was giving people either a placebo or an unattenuated bacterium, whoever gets lucky. I received samples from a sick herd bride. Her antibodies are what the town needs. Time to brew a real vaccine. Alright. Let's see. New degree idea, first attempt. Vaccinate the population with the experimental drug. Alright. Oh, we did make a vaccine. Crude and rough, but the first vaccine sample is ready. Dozens of orderlies await the order to distribute it. I just need to issue a decree. I'm told the new remedy against the plague is already saving lives. We're on the right track. All right. We are at the end of the day, apparently. I am pretty sure I need to replace the decree again. And start the day again because we have a bunch of other quests to do. Anyway, I'm going to end the episode here. This was a bit longer, but we had a lot of stuff to do. Thank you everyone for watching and see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.